And what is up, everybody? It is Wick here, and I'm going inside of a rummage sale. It's a pretty big one. I wasn't expecting it to be this large. It's out in the middle of the country, nothing around it but fields, no phone service. So we're just going to be digging in here, trying to find things I can buy and sell on eBay. Nothing's really jumping out at me. What's in that box right there? I don't even know if I noticed that. It looks like some sort of screen off to the side there. The crazy thing about these rummage sales and recording them is just you see what you miss. You see things that I can't believe I didn't see that when I was there. But when you look at all this stuff and there's so many different things you can buy and sell, it becomes a bit overwhelming just trying to see things. Like, look at all these books. There could be some good books in there. I'm mostly looking for video games because I want to, find those for my collection. Over here, I see something. I'm like, oh, I know what this is. It's a wildlife treasury. So it's holding up all these DVDs. I'm like, well, it's filled with cards. I can make some money on that. Most of this stuff I'm getting for $1 or less in the end. So stuff like that, I'll pick up and sell. And yeah, there was a lot of Christmas stuff here. Probably some great items if I could have got to them first. But I'm coming back here. Check out the toys, see if I can find any cool things from my childhood. You would think these rummage sales would have more vintage toys from like the 80s, 90s, stuff like Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, something, Monsters in My Pocket, anything like that I would like to come across.
Baby furniture, games.
But honestly, the toys aren't particularly impressive, what I'm looking at here. Some plush. A little My Little Pony, but I see a bag. It's got some brats sticking out of it. And as I usually mention in other videos where I pick up brats, they're usually worth picking up. Some of them, if they got the clothes, can be rare and worth a decent amount. These were all missing the shoes, which is unfortunate, but still, again, from what I'm paying for them, probably like a quarter average. They're worth picking up to do a lot on. There's also some Barbies in there, which I'm not interested really in picking up just loose Barbies unless they're fully clothed and cheap. Of course, recently I had a video where I bought like 60 Barbies for $15, did an auction, sold them for like $120. So if I find something like that, I usually pick them up. The Bratz, the Monster High stuff, it's just usually better, more worth selling. Of course, there's some Barbies that are worth selling. Definitely exceptions to all of that. But usually if they're missing the clothing or they're not from the 60s, I usually just don't mess with them. I would like to find some action figures. I'm tired of finding Barbies and Bratz. Over here, I see a globe, just kind of checking it out. I see it's $20. Well, yikes. Turns out this corner of the rummage sale is for vintage stuff. Anytime you see a rummage sale or a sale, thrift store, whatever, advertise a rummage or a vintage section, you know that they're going to price stuff up. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. Usually not worth buying stuff here. Lots of shoes over here, some clothing. And of course, this past year, I've done very well with the rummage sale shoes. And I see some Nike Monarchs here. I'm like, yeah, I'll take these. Of course, average about $1 I paid for these. Yeah, some clothing here. Not a lot of men's clothing. I like to look for the vintage sweatshirts, jackets, anything like that. Anything cool. I'd love to find some vintage clothing that I would wear, like this Adidas. It's quite a bit of damage on it, so I just ended up passing that. I didn't want another, clothing item that has problems. So, yeah, these jackets are not impressing me. Looks like maybe that one was a Walls jacket, which aren't too bad. Down here, I see some more interesting shoes. I get these new with tags, the Drew shoes. They're like 6EY, so I went ahead and grabbed those. Of course, I'm wearing the GoPro, and you're just getting a nice view there of my legs, my pale legs. I've not been kayaking or anything this year. I haven't got much sun, that's for sure. I need to just take it a couple days and get out and do some fishing or something. But I'm finding all kinds of decent pairs of shoes. And those, I'm not sure what they were. Got some Reebok Classics here, which are nice. They're a good pickup. They go in the bag. And oh, what else? I think I got some more shoes as well. Here's a pair of Brooks that are decent. I'm just checking to make sure they're not too worn. Even when they're cheap, I don't want to buy shoes that are too worn because they'll just sit on eBay forever and never sell. Like these Justin boots. I'm like, oh, these Justin boots are pretty good. And I ended up putting them back. I have not been having a lot of luck with worn Justin boots. Like these were missing some of the gems. Just had some wear. So I decided to put those back. I see these nice Nike Air shoes, so I go ahead and grab those. Pretty good condition, all of them, and my bag's a bit overflowing right now, so I eventually grab a few more things and I take it to the car. I think I come back in 3 or 4 times and just kind of filled my hands up with some stuff because everything's so cheap. And it's just one of those sales where you can just keep buying things where you can make, $5 to $10 on pretty easily. It's just I don't want to fill my death pile with those kind of items right now since I got literally thousands of items still waiting to be listed. So I'm looking for better things, and I got this Radio Shack amplifier, and I'm like, that's just too big for me to carry right now. Same with this camcorder. It's just a VHS-C. You know what? I took my stuff to the car, came back, and a lot of this stuff was still sitting there, so I grabbed it. Why not? Again, it's very cheap. Same with these baseball bats. The gloves, and just too worn, youth size. But these bats are pretty decent for about $1 a piece. Got all kinds of suitcases there, luggage, bags. And I did end up finding a bag that had a decent massager in it as well. All kinds of knives. I'm just checking to see if there's any good knife brands I can just pick up. Didn't really see anything. Stuck in the middle here. There's people blocking me. Happens a lot. I'll just turn around. And that was pretty much the theme. I just kept walking around looking for stuff there. Got a good haul you'll be seeing soon. But I also stopped at a couple garage sales. This one, there's a jewelry box back there. A Nintendo. Nintendo they wanted $50 for. I ended up getting that jewelry box. He told me there was a bunch of jewelry in it. So I figured, why not? Got a PlayStation here. PlayStation 3. Only 2 USB ports. So I just left that one. Some sound equipment, some shoes actually right there I picked up. I ended up selling those recently for $60. I think I thought they were completely new. They weren't. I said in the haul part that I was probably going to list them for $100 because that's what they were selling for new. They're almost new. I saw a little bit of wear. So you know what? I just priced them $60 plus shipping and they sold very quick. Only had to pay $5 for them. So that was good. And like I said, I got that jewelry box. It was filled with jewelry. Guy mentioned that it was from an ex. So I'm like, oh, you just get rid of your ex's jewelry. Maybe he didn't look for gold or whatever. I don't know. But let me show you everything I did pick up today at the Rummage sale and these sales I went to. Some awesome stuff. It is time to go over the haul. Got some great stuff from a Rummage sale. I went to a couple sales, got some things. Jewelry box filled with jewelry. We'll go over that in a minute. But the winner of today is all the shoe finds I got. Let's just start with the shoes. The first shoes I have here are these brand new Air Force Ones, like Hawaii themed shoes. Never been worn. I stopped at a yard sale. The guy told me that he had paid $70 for these on eBay. They did not fit him. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's a little bit too much for me. He's like, well, you can have them for $5. I'm like, well, for $5, I'll take them. I think I'll be able to sell these for about $100 plus shipping. All the other new pairs are selling for around $120 or so, since these are boxless and tagless. Should have no problem getting $100 for them. So great pickup there. Then I got a bunch of shoes from the Rummage sale. Just kept seeing good pairs, shoving them in the bag. The stuff was dirt cheap. I think I spent $23 total at this Rummage sale. Ended up getting quite a few good things. First pair here, these, I'm not sure what they're called exactly. They're a little dirty, otherwise in pretty good condition. This is going to be the best pair, probably. They're selling for like $150 pre-owned, so you cannot beat that. Just a great pair of shoes right there. We have some of these Air Max. I believe these are from the 90s, and they're in really good shape. It seems like these were selling for $50 or $60. It's going to be hard to remember all the shoe prices on these since there are so many. I just looked them up real quick there just to kind of get an idea of what they were worth. Again, a little dirty, They got the shoelaces cut right there, but otherwise good physical condition. Size 13, all of these shoes, they must have came from the same person. I don't think all of them are size 13, so I mean, some of these probably came from the same person. Grabbed these Adidas shoes, and these were selling pretty well. I think about 30 bucks. Happy to find those. We have some Nike Air Monarchs, I think. I think I sold a pair of these recently, or maybe I haven't sold them yet. I don't remember exactly. They're $25, $30 shoes. We got some of these Drews. They're still got the tags on them. Size like 12, 6E or something like that. I'll just sell them for about $40, $50. Got a pair of Brooks here that are in pretty good condition. This is about a $25, $30 pair of Brooks. Of course, I sell a lot of Brooks all the time. Oh, back here, I got these Timberland boots. I believe they are brand new as well. Should be able to sell those for about $50, I would imagine. Here's a cool pair of vintage looking Reebok. These are not the actual original pair you'd see from the 80s or maybe even the 70s. They're just a remake of them, I guess, but still the comps were looking pretty good on these. There wasn't a whole lot of people selling them, and the ones that had them listed, I think were selling them for over 100. I would imagine I'd be able to sell those for at least 50. Actually, I've sold a pair of those before. I just don't remember what I sold them for. And back here, I just got a pair of these New Balance Terrain shoes. They're in pretty good condition. They got a little mud on them. I thought they were new. They've been lightly worn, but still. It should be a $25, $30 sale plus shipping. So getting all these shoes for as little as I did, we're going to have to add it up. There's going to be great profit in all my shoe finds today. But got some other stuff at the rummage sale. Because this stuff was so cheap, a lot of it I just bought blind. You know, it's something that's either going to be worth it or not worth it. If it's not worth it, I can just redonate it, throw it away, whatever. Of course, I grabbed all the Bratz dolls. Like there's a Monster High doll in there, I think. None of them have the shoes. Well, they don't have feet, but the feet are the shoes. They just pop on and off. There's even one of the Bratz boys in there. So, you know, I lot all these together once I get about 20 or so, and then just sell them that way. There's profit there. Just grabbed this because it was sealed and I didn't expect to make much on it. And yeah, there's about, I think, $5 profit selling it on Amazon. And then right here, I have this Radio Shack, some sort of amplifier, I guess. Again, I paid $23 for everything at the rummage sale, so this was not much. But it looked like I could probably sell this for about $50. There's a Realistic brand that shows, which I believe Realistic is part of Radio Shack, right? But it's a bit different anyway. The front seems to be a different model, just with the same model number, I guess. Wasn't selling for as much, but this one, I think I could sell for about 50. So here's something I picked up in the past and sold a few times. Wildlife Treasury. These do very well if you have cards, and there's a lot of cards in here. The dividers aren't in good shape, but the cards are. I believe the last one of these I sold was for about 40 bucks, something like that. Since this is filled with cards, it's going to be $40, $45 plus shipping, I believe. Of course, I think this is the first thing I picked up at the rummage sale, and it was the heaviest. Ongoing joke, every time I go to a rummage sale, I have my bag. I always pick up the heaviest thing first, so you know, I just have to carry it around longer. And, you know, I probably wouldn't have picked this up. It's just one of those things where it was so cheap. Has the charger and everything. It's not a high 8 VHSC. RCA, you know, they don't do near as well as like a Sony, even a Panasonic, Samsung. However, since I probably got like $1 or less into it, I should be able to sell it for about 25 plus shipping if it works. If not, I can sell the charger and make some money. Below it, I just grabbed this scale because, again, why not? I didn't know what it was worth. Some of these smart scales can be pretty good money. A lot of them are just duds. This one is more of a dud. Probably won't be selling it. I might end up using it actually. Replace my other scale, we'll see, but I own it now. Picked up a hat, one of the only hats I found at the rummage sale, GMC Trucks vintage hat, I believe from the 80s it looks like. Pretty cool hat, really. It's probably a $25 or $30 hat. I looked it up now, maybe it was like 15 to 20. I don't remember exactly, but again, so cheap. We pick it up. And there's some media here. We got a GameCube game. Of course, it's Cars. It's not a very valuable one. I might be able to sell it. It is complete and in good condition with the manual. So I could probably sell it for about 13 bucks. Maybe get a little bit more on Amazon. And I just picked up some sealed media just in case. This, I'll make a little bit of money on Amazon. I forget how much, maybe like $7 or $8. I've actually sold that before. I remember selling it at some point. It's an audiobook. Then we got some of these old movie sets. And most of them you look up and it's just unbelievable how little they're worth. But I've found some that sell for about $50 or $60. So rather than just look them up there, I just threw them in the bag. This is selling on Amazon, brand new, sealed for $8.99, free shipping. So I won't be selling that. I believe this was only like $10 or something. What I'll probably do is just lot these two together on eBay, price them like $14.99, free shipping. They ship pretty light for media mail, and there'll be some money to be made. So back here, I saw this bag and I popped it open. I saw that it was an Energizer massager. I've never seen this one in the wild, but some of these massagers can be pretty good money. So of course I just went ahead and bought it. I took my bag out to the car. I came back, I filled my hands up, went back out to the car, came back in again. This is one of the things I found. Turns out this is gonna be pretty good. I think I'm gonna sell this for about $75. The good thing about this one is it has this bag with it. It's got all the attachments, which I believe the one for $75 had the bag and attachment. So again, great pickup. I think that's all for the Rummage sale. But here is something I picked up earlier in the day before the Rummage sale. I thought I would throw it in this haul just to show you because it's a pretty amazing item. It is a brand new sealed JVC VCR DVD recorder. I've talked about how valuable this sealed stuff is in the past. Right now, someone has this listed for $800 on eBay. Some of the new open box comps were like 500-ish. So I have full confidence I can sell this for $500 plus shipping on eBay. Of course, on Amazon, the price really goes up for this kind of stuff. People have it listed right now, trying to sell it for about $900. A good chance it's going to sell for $900. The last sealed thing I sold on Amazon, I think I got about $700 or $800 for. It may have been $900, I don't remember. Of course, there's a lot more risk selling it on Amazon, mostly because you have to take returns for any reason. It's easier for people to scam you. They could open this up, send back one that's used, it doesn't work. So I don't know how I'm going to sell it exactly yet. I'll have to decide. However, I did pay up for this. I paid $200 for it. And I still think, in the end, I'm making at least $300 profit on it. It's either going to be a little bit less or I might make like $500 or $600 on it. If I can get $900 on Amazon, I want to take the risk. The box is in great condition. It's a good Amazon candidate. Unfortunately, it's not like a super good model. It'd be better, of course, if it was Sony or something, but I'll just estimate at least $300 profit on that. So over here, the garage sale where I picked up the pair of Hawaiian Air Force Ones, I grabbed some figures and this jewelry box. The guy's like, "You need a jewelry box filled with jewelry?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know." And then there was another guy there. I started opening the drawers. I saw how much stuff was there, and he came over my shoulder, started looking in and kind of sticking his fingers in. And the guy told me, "Hey, you can have it for $20. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it for 20. I don't know what's in here. Apparently, from what I understand, this was like his ex's jewelry box. So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, he doesn't care what's in here. Maybe he hasn't went through, pulled out any gold or anything. I didn't want the other guy to buy it, so I just took it for $20. And I think that's going to be completely fair. I'm going to make some decent profit on this. I have not went through everything. I kind of dug around just to see if I could see anything valuable. There were some watches in here. I did find this Anne Klein watch. It's sterling stamped. So it looked like some of these Anne Klein sterling watches were selling anywhere from like $25 to $85. So I should be able to get my money back just on this. And more than likely, I'm just going to lot all of this stuff together and just do like a costume jewelry type lot. And here's a pretty nice watch. I think it's only worth maybe $15 I could sell that for. I might sell the watches separate. I don't think there's anything else that great in here. You have all these rings, which, they're made nice, pretty good stuff. And I think on auction, they'll do pretty well. I'll just say, hey, got a jewelry box at a sale. Don't really know what's all in it. I don't want to give away any like gold or anything. I just have a feeling there's not really that much in there. I mean, there was the sterling piece, so I guess you never know. I'll just dump it out and kind of dig through it and see if we can find anything. Just pretty cool. Sometimes you just have to buy stuff like that just in case. I think though I'll make at least $40 in the end on this buy. And then these sealed figures were about $2 a piece, and I figured they weren't worth a whole lot, but I grabbed them anyway. You got like a Stranger's thing here, Empire Strikes Back, which this is the least valuable one. It's worth about, I don't know, $10. But the Call of Duty stuff was where the money is going to be on this, and some of these were selling around $20, $25. Got 3 of them, $2 a piece. I'll probably just lot them all together. Between all these figures, I'm going to make some money. There it is, everybody. That's the haul for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you could do one more thing for me on the way out, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. All that stuff helps the videos, keeps the channel going. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, flipping_junk. This has been Wick. Till next time.